So let me start with explanations of my project. Well, you can see here apps, and inside of the apps you can also see here models.py. The purpose or the aim of model is it creates automatically a table in the PostgreSQL named course. I mean that the name of the table is course. It also automatically builds the columns for the table. When I write the given commands in the terminal, python manage.py make migrations and also python manage.py migrate. When I write these two given commands in the terminal, these changes will be applied to the database by using or by writing these two commands. So next one is urls.py. These are the URLs used when navigating from one template to another one. When I simply click a button, it redirects to the specified URL. In other words, this is how it works behind the scenes in the web application. So next one is view.py. This is where the backend logic is written. Specifically, it filters courses based on year, session, and program. Additionally, courses are ordered also by level. It both filters and orders simultaneously. Ordering is done by level. Filtering is done by program, session, and year. Next one is admin.py. I registered the course model here because if I don't, the course menu won't appear in the admin panel when I enter it. Without the course menu, I won't be able to add any data, for example, the name of the course or the time of the course or also the room of the course and etc. So next one is templates, and in this session you can see filter HTML. There are many small details here, so I will move on to the next part, home HTML. In this session I wrote the code to display basic information in a table. For example, columns such as ID, hours, title, instructor, and so on and so forth. So next one is docker ignore. Here I specified the comments or files that should be ignored when I'm running Docker. These are the comments or files that shouldn't enter to the container. And next one is git ignore. It's also the same way as docker ignore. I specified the files that shouldn't be pushed to the GitHub. And next one is deep.SQL3. This is a SQLite database, but we don't need it now because I'm using PostgreSQL database. So next one is Docker Compose. Here you can see the Docker version, and I created services such as PostgreSQL and web based on this image, namely Postgres 15. A container is created. You can also see here container name shell.pg. It is created by the Postgres 15 image, and you can also see here database, user, and passwords are also defined here. And next one is ports. This first one is external port and the second one is internal port. These two are linked with each other, and you can also hear volumes. This specifies the storage location for database information. In other words, this is where the database saves its data. Yeah. And next one is web service. I use it build because it converts my code into an image. And next one is container name. This means a container is created from the image mentioned above named shells.web. And next one is ports. This connects to the external port 8000 to the internal port 8000, similar to the ports described above. And you can also see here depends on PG. PG is specified here because the PG service must start before the web service, and volume and PG data, if this isn't added at the end, the volume and PG the volume and depends on configurations above won't work. So next one is Docker file. This builds an image from my code, and you can see here Python version. It shows which Python version is used to run my code, and my Python version is 3.11, and you can also see here work there. It specifies a folder structure created inside the container. And next one is copy. It transfers files from the outside the container to the inside one. And next one is run. Executes commands inside the container. And next one is CMD. It specifies the commands to run when the container starts. The container will run based on these commands. Without them, the container won't start or won't run. So next one is README file. This file provides a summary of what I have done, such as the table I created and their columns. For example, you can see here ID, level, program session, year, hour, and etc. And next one, insert. You can see here steps taken while building this project. For example, I used these commands during the project setup. The project can be run by using this command that python manage.py run server. And next one is Django application. Why I use Django application? Docker didn't work for me. It means that I didn't run properly, so I used Sitora's computer. Sitora and Gulruch, who are my course mates, I worked with them, and Flask didn't work for them, so we found another solution. It was Django. And I can also say that using Django was easier compared to the Flask, because Flask can be a bit problematic, especially on Windows. And another advantage of Django is that it comes with a built-in admin panel, which makes things more convenient. And next one is, you can see here, this is the home page. When you open the website, these elements will appear, and the filtering logic is written also in this part. Yeah, you can see here. And last one is running the Django application. In the Django project I deployed, this is how I run it. But alternatively, I can use Docker Compose app in the terminal instead of this command. Why I say that instead of this command, I can use Docker Compose app command. Why? Because python manage.py run server. The first command is for just Django application, but Docker Compose app is to run command for Docker plus Django, and Docker Compose down is also to stop command for Docker Django, and that's why I said that. And I also wrote here. You can also see here. So next one is requirements. This lists that the libraries required for this project. And the last one is test.py. This is where I tested everything, comments that needed for my project. So let me start. Well, as you see here, my localhost isn't work or isn't run. So I opened the terminal, and as I mentioned, I wrote docker compose app command, and you can also see here it's running, and go back to the localhost and one more time, and yeah, you can see here it's running. And I wrote admin for entering the admin panel, and I wrote here my username and password and login. Well, yeah, you can see here recent actions, courses, and in this section I can write anything, any data of about courses, for example, program, session, year, title, instructor, also room, days, start and end time. That's all. You can see here title, art application, and instruction, teacher 1, yeah, room, webnet, and start time 12, and end time, yeah, 7 p.m, almost 7 p.m. Oh, sorry, 4:20. And start semester and end semester I wrote here time spring, and save it. Yeah, you can see here course object 13, and all, and again entered my localhost and set up options, and yeah, you can see here add application, teacher 1, webnet, and Monday day, and again entered the terminal and stop it. And as I mentioned above, I wrote here docker compose down for remove my container, and one more time, yeah, you can see here isn't work, it's not work, it doesn't work, yeah. So that's all.